hi, whoa, hi, whoa, hi, whoa. Hi everyone, for those of you who have watched my other citrus tree videos, you know that I don't add any fertilizers at all to my citrus trees. However, I think I may start doing this because, well, I'm not sure what caused it, but here is what happened. So this year, that was the smallest orange, that was the biggest orange that my orange tree produced, and on average my oranges are quite a bit bigger than that. They're about that big. And then my grapefruit tree, the one that is behind the camera, that was the smallest grapefruit, that was the biggest grapefruit. And prior to this year, my grapefruits were that big. They were huge. The tree couldn't handle them. So this year I decided to add fertilizer, and the fertilizer I bought has to be added 3 times a year, and one of the times it's February. So now it's late January, so I am going to do this today. And the reason I'm making the video, there is nothing special about it, it's just that I'm adding fertilizer. But what I'm going to do, because if you're in Arizona like me, especially in the city, you have this gravel, so I'll show you how I'm gonna apply the fertilizer. And so I think what caused that was because we had in June we had weather that was 120 degrees for quite a few days, and I think that what caused for my fruit not to grow the right size. And another thing I've been noticing, not so much, although it's quite a bit here, but not so much an orange tree, but the grapefruit tree, almost all the leaves have this yellow spotting on them. So I'm assuming it's deficient. So I am going to add fertilizer. So I did a bit of a research, and this is Arizona's best citrus tree fertilizer. So this is the fertilizer I'm going to be using, and now I'm going to show you how I'm applying it. And the reason I'm making the video is because I want to have it as a landmark that, so okay, I did this in January, and the trees are going to start blossoming soon, and I want to compare the blossoms to last year when they were covered in blossom. So I don't think it can get any better than that, but mostly I wanted to record the shape, the condition of the leaves, and see if the fertilizer is going to change anything, or the citrus tree food. So the first thing to remember is to do it when the soil is dry, not after you water the tree, but when it's dry. And in my case, and many of you who live here in Arizona, we use this gravel instead of grass for decorative purposes, I suppose. But I'm gonna clear all that so I can open the soil underneath the tree. All right, let's get to work. Ew, a worm, tomato hornworm. Gross. Now it says in the back that for trees that are 4 to 6 feet tall, which this one is about 5 I think, you should use 1 cup and spread it around, and importantly spread it away from the trunk of the tree. And if you're wondering why my tree is too short, I think I mentioned this before, but I live in an area of town where citrus trees are not allowed, so I have to keep the height of the tree below the fence line. It is what it is. So it says 1 cup, but to me that seems a little too little, so I'm gonna probably do 2 cups. And this is what the fertilizer looks like little pellets. So I will just spread it around. So what I'm putting here is probably the equivalent of about 1.5 cups. I just like to eyeball things. So instead of waiting for the sprinklers tomorrow to kick in, I'm gonna water it now. I'm gonna turn the sprinklers off for tomorrow and day after, because I'm gonna give the tree a lot of water tonight. Perfect. Alright, I'm gonna put the sprinklers back in, but I turned them off. And now I'm going to go and repeat the same thing with the grapefruit tree. And I will film the tree as soon as anything changes, and I'll make another video about it. In the meantime, If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section below. And if this is your first time visiting my channel, please subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.